Welcome back, my friends. We're so glad that you guys are joining us again for your weekly Roar podcast. Today, we really are going to be focused on kind of one thing, but the one thing is a lot of things. But the one thing is the Roar wallet. So we're heading into what's almost our third version of the wallet. The third version, we plan to have our AI built into it. Right now, we're just trying to get end-to-end compatibility, get firmly out of the beta world, as well as create or build in everything we know you need for a wallet to be fully useful to you, not just on our chain, but the Ethereum compatibles we built in, and every Ethereum compatible you want to add as a custom chain. So we're working on that, and today we want to dig into the details. Brandon, are you excited?
Man, this is my excited face.
I'm excited. I think I'm mostly excited because this big piece, which is, I'd say this piece we're talking about today, is the most critical piece to our wallet's play or position in the ecosystem, besides R0AR AI being built in it.
That's right.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is incredible. R0AR AI is going to give a lot of ability. I mean, we're toying with the idea of agency, but definitely it'll be able to keep up with your DeFi and what you're doing in your wallet and help you be safe. But this, I'd say this is the single most important piece for our ecosystem at this point. You guys were talking about Onramp and Offramp. We've been talking about this a long time. We've had a number of partners say, we're with you, let's do it. And we go and we implement, and they pull back and say, we're not ready to support the US, or we're not ready to do it this way or that way. We would rather it be on a platform on the web, not in a wallet that's an app or whatever. Hey, no harm, no foul. We've gone through 4 of those now. God bless them. We've been naming them all along, so we'll stop naming them now because we have not completely made it to where we have an on-ramp and an off-ramp. So what we want to do today is we want to talk about what on-ramp, off-ramp support is, why it's critical for what we're doing, as well as the fact that we are actually at the final stages of getting it done and what that can mean for you. It's big. It's big. Everything we do, we're attempting to make it really easier for all of our ecosystem users, as well as create the best function, utility, and security we can give you. All right, so on-ramp, off-ramp support in R0AR Wallet, it's critical because it bridges the gap between traditional financial world like fiat currency and the R0AR ecosystem or crypto. And we're going to go through why it matters. So here's our points for why it matters to you. And so, Brandon, you hit the first one.
Sure. It's simple: user accessibility and growth. So most new users don't start with ETH or one ROAR in their wallets. The on-ramp features let them buy crypto directly inside the wallet using credit cards, bank transfers, or other fiat methods. And this reduces the friction for onboarding, making ROAR Wallet the first stop for entering the ecosystem. Off-ramp support is equally important as it allows users to cash out their earnings, their staking rewards, or NFT sales back into fiat. Without this, people would feel locked in crypto, and it could discourage adoption.
And for anyone that's an OG in this space, you know what it feels like.
That's right.
It's just over a year ago. What did it take to get in here and be a part of any part of our token sales or NFT sales or whatever? We have dealt with so many nightmares for people trying to get their money they own out of their bank into what they want to buy. I find this very confusing because, we talk about self-sovereignty.
That's right.
Is it your money or is it not? How many times do we deal with banks and they're like, we don't think you know what you're doing with your money? At the end of the day, let me just put it this way. It doesn't matter what I do with my money. It's my money. If I want to use it for toilet paper, it's my money. If I want to burn it out back, Now, I could get in trouble for burning it out back. Defacing the US dollar and burning it is a little bit illegal. You're not supposed to do it. But I
You can
can bury it in a can.
you can only burn tokens, brother.
Oh, okay. We won't get mad if there's burning of ROAR tokens. But you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, you guys, if you knew our real life we're in work day to day, we're on calls 8 and 12 hours sometimes, and we do this right here. So you're seeing this is what, podcast number 12 or something. You're seeing the real Dustin and Brandon. But yeah, I mean, burn, baby, burn all the tokens you want to burn in one roar, but you probably shouldn't burn $1. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's your dollar. If you want to take it and stick it in a can out back, you can. If you'll put it in your mattress, you can. If you want to put it in a safe, you can. If you want to give it away, you can. It's, as long as it's not illicit or illegal, there should be no questions on how you spend your hard-earned money. It's yours. Why is it there are so many questions? That's a great question in itself, and I'm not going to cross that line. Go ask ChatGPT or Google it, because I'm good. What I will say is, we all experience the reality of the friction of banking, just attempting to get into crypto in the last year. It's a real thing. If you've tried to buy a big purchase recently and you want to do it in cash, good luck. The bank needs to know why you're doing it, where you're doing it, when you're doing it, and how you're doing it. And so it really does matter for folks to be able to have an easy on-ramp and off-ramp, an easy experience. And we're doing that as much as we can. We're going to take the friction out at each point. That's why we've gone through 4 partners to get to this 5th one that looks like they're going to make it happen quick and easy. We want it right. The next thing is closed loop economy of OneRoar. The ROAR ecosystem depends on OneRoar as a central token for staking, rewards, platform utility. On-ramp and off-ramp ensures users can easily buy OneRoar directly without needing to use external exchanges first. That's what we're talking about. We had to get it from our bank into an external exchange, and then they might not release your money, or they may ask you, what are you doing with it? This goes directly in. You have it. You are sovereign within your wallet, sovereign to your key phrase, and it's sovereign into our system to what you get, and then that's self-sovereign. Custody by you. Exchanges do not allow you to custody your own funds if they're centralized. They're custodying your funds if it's in a centralized exchange. In a decentralized exchange, in your decentralized wallet, in our ROAR decentralized experience, you are master and commander. You custody your future. You custody your tokens, your wallet, your keys. Then as well, this also takes out that closed loop situation by allowing folks to convert OneRoar back to fiat, which is why we put our stable coin on the blockchain already. It builds trust and it demonstrates real world liquidity. When you can hit a stable coin, you can get it in and out, and you can move it wherever you want it. And this is going to help us stabilize and grow demand for OneRoar by making its entry into it and its exit out of it seamless. So that's super important. What's the next one?
Liquidity and ecosystem stickiness. And so that's an interesting way to put it. If users can deposit and withdraw fiat inside the wallet, they're more likely to keep funds in the ecosystem rather than moving to external exchanges. Liquidity naturally increases across staking pools, NFTs, and the ROAR chain because more users can get involved easily. And then the ROAR wallet becomes a hub, not just a passive storage tool. It's not, just that thing you keep in your pocket. It's where you can interact.
Our end game is this. You're at a place and you want to use your Apple Pay to pay for something, and it executes through our system across your wallet. Like, why should it not be that easy? So these are our goals. So what does it take to get there? A lot of compliance, a lot of registrations, a lot of documentation. Trust me, we're doing it. A lot of know your client, whatever stuff, customer stuff. We are doing all that. And just to be in the Apple and Google Android stores, that's a heavy undertaking. to be compliant to what they require for their payment protocols, heavy undertaking. And the intermediary in this piece that makes it all work together, also heavy undertaking. So we're there. Closing that is going to be a huge thing for us, because what we can imagine is that you got your one ROAR in your wallet, staked on our rails of our chain, and then you've got a certain amount of income from it that's dropping into your savings kind of function on the DeFi platform on your wallet. And then you're telling the payment protocol, pay from that. And in essence, you become your own lender and creditor. You end up becoming your own person that funds what you're doing. That's the end game goal. So the next piece is trust and mainstream adoption. Mainstream users, which are non-crypto natives, will trust the wallets. They just seem to more when they see buy and cash out options. I remember when I first started in crypto, none of this existed. And I kept saying, I don't get how you buy food with your Bitcoin. And I remember thinking, it's like it's a bunch of digits, but it means nothing. Like, how do I use it? And then some guy was able to buy pizza a few years into it. I'm like, oh, it's a good use. And then a few years later, we found out how much he spent on that pizza, which was in the millions of dollars, because he spent like, I don't know, 6 Bitcoin for it. And we were like, wow, maybe we should understand all this a little more and figure out ways not to use it just like that. And guys, that's even what we're doing here. At the early days, we couldn't get it on and off. We're in those early days right now, and you're about to be able to get your funds on and off. We're creating that trust for that maturity and security. We're creating, opportunities for folks to have that KYC and AML experience that's required for governance and compliance through our partner. We also are showing and reassuring everyone that's a user that we're heading the right direction to be regulatory where we need to be by having the right partners. We don't want to carry all that regulatory requirement, so we have the right partners in place to make sure that it is covered and is taken care of, and you have that ease of use to get in and out. And you don't have to feel like I did. Like, how are you going to use that? And if we're capable of winning you over, maybe you won't spend 6 Bitcoin for a pizza. Maybe you'll figure out there's other DeFi self-sovereign solutions inside of the R0AR chain and the R0AR DeFi platforms that allow you to use your money in a way that's rich dad, poor dad smart. Much like what Dave Ramsey and others talk about, you're almost like you're self-funding, self-insuring, and self-paying by utilizing for a stake farm, whatever, and maybe a partner that has a platform or our platform when we offer it, and then utilize that. That could be a big return for you and a big benefit. We just want to slip that in there in your brain and let you know it's coming, it's on the way. We've already built the solutions. You've seen them in the R0AR platform, and now we're bringing them to our chain. And here we are closing the gaps. And now we're going to start taking away all the friction. What's the next one?
I love that you connected the dots there, Dustin, and just helped everybody kind of understand that a little better. With these on and off ramps, we have a strategic advantage. So many wallets, they only provide token swaps or staking, but by embedding the fiat gateways, R0AR Wallet positions itself as a one-stop financial tool. You can get fiat in, crypto out, NFTs, DeFi, all of it right there. It makes us more competitive against established players like MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, or Trust Wallet. And it's a natural entry point into the broader R0AR verse, right? So our R0AR chain, R0AR platform, ERS, NFTs, and so much more. And, like you said, it's putting all the pieces together.
It really is. It makes it super easy when you can get in on our wallet, get our stuff, buy our NFTs, nodes, whatever, right there. Get anywhere you need to go in our ecosystem, in our trusted links, in our browser library, as well as utilize the Web3 browser that's in the wallet to go wherever you need on the web. Know that no one is tracking you. Mm-hmm. No one is tracking you, and no one is feeding you to death. Just know that we're happy with the little bit that comes through with you utilizing what we're doing. We're not trying to make bank off of every person that comes in this ecosystem. We understand that if we help a lot of people get everything that they want in the process, we'll never have to worry about keeping this thing going. It'll be self-sufficient and beyond. And so it already is. We've already done that. And now even more so. And again, no tracking, complete privacy, regulation security through trusted other providers. There are third-party providers, but are at the best standard for any of this in the financial world. And on top of that, at the lowest fees possible we can make happen on one of the fastest chains we can give you with the lowest fees built into it. And then I think I'll say this before I do kind of the closing. For us, there's so much to be said for the transparency and the regulatory support, and at the same time, we're still very much supporting people's self-sovereignty, their security, and their privacy. In a day when people are talking about creating digital IDs and connecting central bank digital currencies to them so that people have to live up to social scores to be able to even do things and buy resources, isn't it incredible that there are folks out here thinking like this, who think, hey, how about if we allow people to keep their privacy and we don't track them and we don't program their money so that they aren't self-sovereign any longer? Folks, I am anti all of that stuff because I am so pro you. We believe in you guys. We're doing it all for you. Just in short, Onramp and Offramp is the gateway that turns R0AR Wallet from a crypto tool into a mainstream financial application. It's not even the end point for us, just the beginning. It lowers the barriers to entry, it fuels liquidity, strengthens our R0AR adoption, and builds trust for scaling to mass users. So as we bring this on the market in the next days to a couple of weeks, you guys be with us. Keep your thoughts and prayers going the right direction and keep us supported in a happy place, because we have got to finish this. This is so important to everything that we do. For us, it's the final gap to end all of the building of the rails that we built for this financial powerhouse for you guys. So anyways, Brandon, any other thoughts before we go?
Bro, you said it great. I love the freedom aspect of what we're doing and giving that back to people. So yeah, I'm excited. Glad to be here.
It's the only way to go. It's the only way to go. Back to the idea of you got a penny for working in the field or whatever for your day's work, and you could do with that penny whatever you needed in a free country that had been set up by patriots for folks like me and you. This is the chance for us to give that back in a digital era when so many others are trying to impede those freedoms. I've got nothing more to say. Thank you guys for being on today. Brandon, thanks for hosting with me. And folks, we'll see you next time. We love having you on the weekly roar. And don't forget, Lions, it's time to hear you roar.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.